Dark Souls 2 has some pretty difficult areas, with Iron Keep being one of those areas. I really don't like Iron Keep, and the areas in this video were annoying in their own ways. However, before we get to Iron Keep, let me tell you the adventure before reaching that point. We started off in the Gutter, which we concluded in the last video. The Gutter is a mixture of Blighttown and Tomb of the Giants, making it really dark. It's not all bad though, because you can simply light a torch and light the many structures across the area. While yes, this is true, you don't have access to your left hand, meaning I can't use my shield or weapon that I have equipped on my hand. We make a rather bad start as I tried to jump across here, but I was too short. After that mishap, I went around and lit more structures. The Gutter also has poison statues that shoot poison towards you. I guess this is better than dealing with the swamp that you can't roll through. I found myself trying to kill what looks like a dog with throwing knives and using this rope as a zip line. How come no other Souls game has this? I tried to jump on a bridge that was on a lower level, but I fell to my death again. I should mention that I have mixed opinions about the enemies in this area. If they are unarmed, then they aren't a problem. If they are armed, prepare to lose half your health. After climbing down the ladder, I had to remove my clothing because these barrels in particular damage your armor and weapons very easily. We finally reached Black Gulch, an area that is more of an inconvenience than anything. I went to fight the giant duo because they had the key I wanted for an armor set. I mostly used poison on the first one as they are pretty weak to poison. Poison also happens to be broken in this game, which made that even better. I finished off the first one, and for the second one, I used Hexen Urns as they dealt pretty good damage. The second one soon fell, granting me the key. I also got the bonfire next to the boss for an easy run back. The next area on the list is Shaded Ruins. This area was probably the least annoying area, and it was nice to have a little break. It would not last long for what's next to come. There really wasn't a lot done other than killing this headless enemy and dying to this invader. The boss in this area was one I was worried about, but I decided to give it a go. My damage was still up to par, and Nashka wasn't as bad as I thought. I decided to fight the Rotten soon after. The Rotten is another fun fight like the Lost Sinner. Unlike the Lost Sinner though, he gives you a lot of opportunities to heal as he is very slow. The Rotten put up a good fight, but I came out on top and decided to go with this fashion. This looks way better than I thought, and it seems like you're enjoying this content as you reach this point. If you're enjoying the content, consider commenting below and consider subscribing to the channel. Your comment could be featured at the end of the next video. We reached Earthen Peak after picking out the fashion. On my first playthrough, this was one of the few areas that gave me a nightmare. Well, what about now? Is it still that bad? Yes, I still don't like Earthen Peak. The enemies in this area can give you blood loss, which blood loss is worse on you than if you give it to an enemy. I died twice in this one spot because of these guys. I had to pull out my rapier as that somehow does more poison damage than a katana. Also, watch what happens when I'm backstabbing this enemy. I somehow got invaded by a real player. I didn't think people still invaded in this game. This is the first time being invaded on the channel. I was curious to see what weapon he was using, but to no one's surprise, it was the rapier. I made my mistake by healing in front of him, causing me to die, and he soon followed. Some of you think this is a draw, but I considered it a loss as it showed you died before he died. If the person who invaded me is watching, I wish to say good duel to you. Anyways, I was stuck trying to figure out how to open this passage to the bonfire. I was so stuck, I think I made this trap cry. I didn't mean to make it cry, and I finally opened it. I guess I blew in from Stupid Town. That allowed me to fight the Baleful Queen. I burned the windmill earlier to lower the poison in the area. Normally, the area would be all poison, which the boss heals from poison. With Dark Souls 2 being Dark Souls 2, I was one hit away from defeating her. The next attempt was the winning attempt, and I defeated this Baleful Queen. That was the adventure before Iron Keep. I consider Iron Keep to be the hardest Soulsborne area I've ever gone through, and the enemies have a massive aggro range. When I went through this area the first time, I died so many times that the enemies despawned from the area. The reason why this is a feature is because the developers wanted to stop farming for some reason. can, but it can work with you as well. There are also 2 invaders at the start of Iron Keep. The first one loves spells and caused me some deaths, and the second one loves their combos, also causing me some deaths. Something I want to point out here is even if the enemy doesn't fully see you, it will still run to your location. This was the one thing that made Iron Keep so annoying and so unfair. I also tried to get the summer heat early, but it was too hot. I turned off the heat and called it there. This was just the start of Iron Keep, but the next video will feature how much worse Iron Keep is. I just can't believe how bad this area really is, and it's probably the only unfair area in Dark Souls 2. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like. It's a small and quick action, but makes a big difference so others may see it too. I hope you have a wonderful and safe rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope Iron Keep goes much better.